Just last week, we spoke on this situation, right? Trading for Jalen Ramsey after, the breaking news just a couple weeks ago, or at least a month or over a month ago, that Jalen Ramsey and the Miami Dolphins are willing to shop, or basically the Dolphins are willing to shop Jalen Ramsey and trade him away because of contract dispute and contract issues, which makes us believe that Jalen Ramsey is not going to be on the Miami Dolphins this upcoming season, but it's taking some time for the Dolphins to release him. And I think that's because after June 1st or something like that, the money part of it, I think, gets lower or something like that. The Dolphins owe lower money or something like. I'm not 100% certain. I'm not really great with the numbers and how much contracts are and what's going to happen and stuff like that. But we have talked about it, right? Last week we talked about him coming to Minnesota, and we've talked about it previous or prior to that situation. We're going to bring it up again today because it is starting to gain a little bit more traction, more media attention, where everyone's speculating where could he go, rattling off team names, and the Minnesota Vikings have been brought up by Jason McCourty. So let's get right into it. Before we do, shout out to our affiliate partners at Green Gridiron. If you want one of these mini helmets, the link for that is in the comment section. Hit that link, use the promo code MINSYN, MINSYN, at checkout to receive a discount on your purchase. And if you don't want a Minnesota Vikings helmet, or at least not this one, they have all types of NFL helmets. I mean, they have all the alternate ones and stuff like that. Some of them could be sold out, but they definitely have, the regular Vikings helmet. They probably have this winter whiteout helmet as well. So if that's something that intrigues you, go ahead, hit that link, buy a helmet, use the promo code. They also have all college helmets and fully customizable ones. So if you're looking for a gift for somebody, or maybe you just want to do something for yourself, Green Gridiron is the place for you. Hit that link, use the promo code MINSYN, MINSYN, at checkout to receive that discount. And if they already have a deal going on, you can stack the promo code to receive even more off of that final purchase. So Jason McCourty, just a couple days ago, or this week, I should say, spoke with Kay Adams, who has been vocally high on the Minnesota Vikings this season. I believe it was on her show, Up and Adams, or whatever the case may be. But he said this about Ramsey to Minnesota. I think the one team that I've seen some people mention is the Minnesota Vikings. Okay. What Brian Flores does with his defensive backs, Byron Murphy, a guy that plays outside, he plays inside. The way safeties all move around, Jalen Ramsey is so talented, and he can play so many different positions: slot, safety, corner. Which, if you want to remember, or if you can remember, when Brian Flores was hired as a defensive coordinator here, he said that the one thing he looks forward to most, or foremost, in a guy is his versatility. Where can he play? Can he play multiple positions? Can he be asked to do multiple things? Jalen Ramsey can do that, including following the number one receiver, which is obviously a massive plus. He goes on to say that I think that would be a ton of fun if you could see Brian Flores using him as a chess piece and moving him all around, getting him blitzing and doing different things to show all the talents that he has. So that's some pretty good words, I guess, from Jason McCourty. He believes that Minnesota would be a decent, or at least a perfect fit for Jalen Ramsey. And I think I agree too. I would love Jalen Ramsey here in Minnesota. I've said that before. He's a top tier corner. It would just have to, we would have to make sure the money is right, which, if you go back to my last video about Jalen Ramsey, it would be right. Bring him in, trade for him, and use him as a 1-year rental on the cheap. I believe it's like $6 million or something like that. I would have to go double check, or you guys can go double check for me, but it'd basically be a 1-year rental, and I'd be all for it. Absolutely all for it. I think you guys would be as well, because the corner room just hasn't been great the past couple of years, and it's been riddled with injuries and stuff like that. So why Jalen Ramsey to Minnesota? Well, Minnesota could use Jalen Ramsey for a couple of main reasons. Foremost, the team employs Byron Murphy Jr., who's a 2024 Pro Bowler at corner, which is terrific. But after Byron Murphy Jr. on the roster, we have Isaiah Rodgers, Mekhi Blackman, Jeff Okudah, and Dwight McGlothern are the other starting options. And nobody knows if that group is enough corner talent for a Super Bowl contending team. We tend to get beat deep quite a bit. So we could use some extra firepower on the outside, right? In that secondary. We talked about that yesterday. Secondly, Minnesota head coach Kevin O'Connell worked with Jalen Ramsey in Los Angeles 4 years ago. The pair won a Super Bowl together in 2021. Now, Jalen Ramsey knows Kevin O'Connell, and Kevin O'Connell knows Jalen Ramsey, strengthening the trade rumors' merit. Now, you're going to say, well, that doesn't make any sense. Kevin O'Connell was on the offense. Jalen Ramsey was on the defense. They don't really know each other. They do. They had a battle against each other. Kevin O'Connell probably knows his weaknesses. He also knows his strengths. Same goes for Jalen Ramsey. That's a good thing. Doesn't mean they don't know each other. They actually know each other more than you would assume, right? So, like, attacking him in practice, learning his weaknesses, or having Brian Flores learn his weaknesses and how Kevin O'Connell exposes those can help us change those weaknesses and make them strengths, right? Going forward throughout the season. So that's obviously a massive plus, and the trade cost won't break the bank. I think that's what we talked about in my last video, right? It's a 1-year rental. You trade for him. Who knows what you'd have to give up, but it'd be a very low contract, and we're willing to pay that for top tier talent. Now, it's also worth noting that swinging a deal for Ramsey won't break the bank as one might expect. Ramsey will be 31 this season, and GMs just never sell the farm for aging players, especially corners, which is good news, right? Because we really don't have much of anything to trade away, and I don't see us doing that. So everything would have to fall together the right way, and I think it can. I think this would be a perfect fit for Jalen Ramsey. I'd be okay with Minnesota making the move if the money is right, which, if my last video is any indication, it probably would make a lot of sense, and I'd be okay with spending $6 million or whatever the amount of money it was that we talked about previously about Jalen Ramsey. I'd be okay with that. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It'd be much, much appreciated. Have a great rest of the night, folks, and Skull Vikes.